Alright, B, the package is ready to go out into the mail tomorrow morning, and here it is. I want to show you the contents that you should be receiving this time. We'll try it again. Here's the concrete block honey. It's a little bit thinner than the honey you're probably used to, but it tastes pretty good. And since you had to wait so long, I threw in some clover honey that I had collected. Made 3 bracelets this time, 3 different sizes. I wasn't sure yours or Mr. B's wrist size. So 2 with the button closure, and then one that's a little bit larger with just a big knot at the end of it for a closure. The fire kit, a little bit different design than last time. It's what material I had left. It's got a snap for holding it all together, and inside you've got a container of cotton balls, petroleum jelly soaked cotton balls, some char cloth, petroleum soaked cotton balls in tin foil. You can use them as candles, or just throw 1 or 2 in a pack instead of taking the film canister. A fire steel, so the last one I had, it's a little bit smaller than the other one, but it works just as well. Small little piece of hacksaw blade, and some sisal twine. Let me show you the fire kit, but first, guess I got to show you the rest of what's coming. Didn't have any more submarine challenge coins, so I've got one. It's from Chief Petty Officer. That would be me. Hope you enjoy that. And the knife. Here's the sheath for it. The knife is one of my earlier knives, so it's got some ripples on the grind, but still pretty sharp. Works pretty well. It's made from an old saw blade, and it does have the mosaic pins in it. Let me move these things out of the way and show you how to use, I need some of them, show you how to use the fire steel. I'm not sure if you've ever used one before. You can use a knife to scrape on the fire steel. I don't like to do that, it dulls the blade. Or on this knife, I've squared the back of it. You can use the back, the spine of it. You just hold it at a 45-degree angle and the sparks come off. If you don't want to use your knife, and that's why I've included this small piece of hacksaw blade. It's a high carbon steel, so it works very well too. Two ways to use a fire steel like this. You can move your scraper toward the pile, but sometimes you'll hit your tinder pile and move it around, or you can move the steel away from your tinder pile. It takes some little practice, but if you do it this way, you'll never hit your tinder pile and scatter it all over. Show you the materials. Here's the cotton. This is probably one of the easier things to light, just like dryer lint that's made out of all cotton. Just fluff it up a little bit, and all you need to do is hit it with 1 spark. Hitting it with a spark is the key. And it burns pretty easily. The candle I told you about in the tin foil, you just cut a notch in it, pull a little bit out, and light it. If you have a pair of pliers like a Leatherman or a little multi-tool, you can just keep pulling out the wick, and that'll probably burn for about 10-15 minutes, give you a little bit of light, a little bit of heat, whatever you need. I'll put those out. The cotton ball soaked in petroleum jelly, just like the other cotton ball, but you've got to fray some out because it's wet in there, and if you hit the petroleum directly, it's not going to ignite, so you hit those little fibers, and that'll burn a little bit longer than a regular cotton ball. The petroleum jelly keeps it going a little bit longer. And the last thing we have here is a piece of char cloth. Now the char cloth isn't going to ignite in a flame like the other pieces did, but it'll catch a spark and hold that little ember. And then you take that piece of sisal twine, and if you unravel it, kind of looks like this when you're done, you just form it into a little bird's nest is the common term, but just a little bundle with a little indentation here in the middle. I'll set that aside. You might be able to light this directly with a spark. Sometimes that works. This makes it a little bit easier. You just want to catch a spark on your char cloth. Doesn't take much. You can see it go in there. Stick it in your bird's nest. Kind of wrap the bird's nest around it. Make a liar of me. There we have fire. Or as YCC would say, caveman fire. I hope you enjoy it. It'll go out in the mail tomorrow. I hope it gets there this time.